I know it's nice to follow the ropes and be straight and everything, but you have to understand times and season, right? So maybe that will be another story for another day, like you said, you rightly said. But I generated capital and I was able to purchase thrift clothes, right, from that country and ship them to Nigeria. That will be my very first business, which failed actually after 3 years.
Failed after 3 years.
Yes.
But that was, I think, I'm not sure a lot of people would hold a business for up to 3 years.
Yeah, actually.
But that was a very good one.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about dignity in every honest business. Many young people believe success comes only through white collar jobs. Your story proves otherwise.
Yeah, definitely.
So what would you say to boys who look down on vocational or small businesses?
All right, I've actually been insulted, right, directly and indirectly because of that in my doing one of my enterprises. When I finished university, me doing my NYC.
So before, sorry to gossip, but have you ever said no to a white collar job?
Yes.
Right.
3 times. I've said no to her, but that's not a yardstick for another person to say no. You have to know your space. It's relative in it, that kind of thing. So where were we? You distracted me.
I'm sorry for distracting you. We're talking about what would you say to boys who vocational?
So vocational jobs and small businesses are very important. In fact, before the advent of white collar jobs, it was purely vocational jobs. I mean, people were surviving by their skills, by businesses and all that. So it's very key and important that even when you have the opportunity to do a white collar job, see, in Nigeria today, at least let's say like 60-70% of the people that have white collar job, the smart wise one, have side hustles. They have businesses, they have skills. You can't just depend on that white collar job. But I also like to point that when one is being offered that white collar job, just take it. Because that could also give you the chance to learn a lot of things in doing that. You can learn time management, you can learn a lot of things from that, and you can also be able to generate your capital easily to do
from that
white collar job.
All right, that's nice. Let's move over to developing an entrepreneurial mindset. I want us to stay here a little bit.
Yeah.
And you said you did not sell pencil to
No.
two pencils.
No, I didn't.
When you were in primary school.
I didn't at
you know,
all.
some entrepreneurs will tell you that I started my groundnut oil business with just one drop of groundnut.
That kind of thing,
oil. You understand? They tell us that I started my poultry with just a feather. So you understand? So
sometimes people start a business from different reasons. Sometimes sapa, you understand? You don't see
sapa don't sit you down or they start to make money.
So I have 3 P's that one can use to start up a business.
So let me ask my question. Let me construct the question properly so that you know how to attack it. So at what age should parents begin teaching boys about entrepreneurship?
So once they are responsible, once they know good and bad, that's the best time to start teaching a kid anything. I mean, children are fast in learning, very fast. A child can learn like multiple languages better than you,
an adult.
So once a child can be able to differentiate bad from good, once a child is not responsible, that's the best time to start putting a child through enterprise.
Okay, so what about how to learn practical skills? How to imbibe in them? So a lot of parents, well, we wouldn't say a lot of parents are entrepreneur. The entrepreneur fever is mostly around youth and young people.
Yes.
So how do you think that young people who are coming up, who are not yet able to be at the stage of attaining white collar jobs, or people who are still in school and all of that, who did not get all of this basic training, who did not get all of this basic skill to learn, or they were not they didn't have the privilege of being imbibed with this with this knowledge,
Yeah.
what would you say to them for a start? Where should they start from? Where
Okay.
is the beginning point?
Okay, the truth of the matter is knowledge is power. The Holy Book says that my people suffer because of lack of knowledge. So when you want to enter any industry, any space, it's very, very important to have basic knowledge on that thing. When you know the know-how, you'll be able to thrive better in it. And this our dispensation has made everything better, great and easy if you want to gain knowledge.
Yeah.
Like there's almost no information that you want that you can get it
Yes.
on the internet in this 21st century. So I'll ask them to first gain knowledge by any means.
So what kind of knowledge?
Entrepreneurship knowledge. There are different types of knowledge.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship, that's like financial education,
Yeah.
which is key, very important. You see, we go to our parents send us to school to go get the academia knowledge, the academic kind of knowledge. But once one is out from that space, one cannot really thrive in the real world because you just got this academic kind of knowledge. It's a different ball game entirely when you come out. So you have to by yourself self-educate yourself by getting this financial knowledge from people within your community, from people outside your community.
So just a follow-up question. How much of the academic knowledge is, I'm very careful with my words, is useful in this world when it comes to like the entrepreneurial world? How, because a lot of us kill ourselves for the academic knowledge.
Definitely.
We go spend a lot of money,
Yeah.
spend a lot of time,
Yeah.
which are years of our life to
Yeah.
gain certificates that more or less don't seem like they bring us so much fruits as we get older.
Yeah.
But so to you who has been an entrepreneur for a while and even having a lot of people coming to you for the same knowledge.
Yeah.
In your span of work, how much of the academic knowledge do you
Academic
think,
knowledge?
yes, do you need? Is there a requirement for you to have an academic knowledge, or if you've had an academic knowledge, is there an advantage that you have from having that?
Yes, definitely. Very important. So we should not downplay this academic knowledge. The academic knowledge will teach you arithmetic. It will teach you
that's very like basic.
Exactly. So
what I mean is, you see people spend a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of resources in chasing a degree, chasing masters, and all of that.
Yeah. So for it to do well in business, like at least you are talking about like how much of this academic knowledge does one require?
Do you need?
Just the basic academic knowledge. My brother Dangote, I think at first Dangote just did primary, like just primary, and he just stepped into the real world and began making thousands of naira at the time. So it was later in his life that now for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So at first you just need the basic. That's what I'm about to say, like the arithmetic, the plus and minus, and how to communicate. That's just all you need.
But a lot of people say this world is complex, numbers, figures, and all of that, and you just look at it and you get a migraine. Just my staring at it, you get a migraine.
Let me ask you a question. Haven't you seen in a community where you see a woman that she has never gone to school, but she is able to create an enterprise that should be able to send her 3, 4, 5 children to universities, some to even abroad.
Yes.
So how do you define that?
So that's that. But there's the thing about when you tell people that how to simplify it in layman's terms. I want you to come down to where my listeners are at the moment, because it is one thing to just say, oh, there's knowledge and let me go get it, but sometimes it looks very difficult and very complex. But how would you relate this, as you have just done, but how would you relate this more to a better understanding to somebody who's standing out there that entrepreneurial skill is something you need, the knowledge is very vital, it's more like a survival skill for a person. So how would you make that sound very significant to a normal person's life? Okay, for a normal person, you need this entrepreneurial skill. Like I just said, this knowledge is very key and important. So one needs that financial education to thrive. And I said you can get that education from various means in this our dispensation. You can get it from the net, you can get it from like
people in your community and all that. And another key thing that our generation, people in our generation are beginning to neglect is the importance of mentorship. That's very important. So with mentorship, you will be able to avoid mistakes. You'll be able to save yourself time, energy, resources, money. That's very important.
So, as a mentor, what are some simple businesses boys can start while still in school, maybe secondary school or university?
Yeah, it's relative. Why I say it's relative, because people are in a different geography. You understand? People have different capacity, financial wise, and all that. But they are quite a number. Okay, for me, one of the easiest way I am able to
okay, so let me put this question in perspective. So the question is, what are some simple businesses boys can start while in school?
Okay,
you look at the school structure. As a student, you look at what they earn, pocket money and all that. It's not serious money. And also look at the school setting. What are the problems in schools? What are the solutions? So in that context of being a student, what are some of the simple businesses they can start with little or no capital?
You even just said it from your question. You talked about problem solving, you talked about needs. Once you're able to locate any need of a student within that vicinity, once you're able to track any problem, any lapse in that vicinity, create a business out of it. Student, whether they like or not, they must drink water, they must buy biro, they must buy pencil, they must buy all those things. So you can also start with that.
Do you think some of these things are being trivialized, like who will need to pencil?
Yeah, actually, especially in our dispensation. But the people who do not have shame, we know get shame, they do it and they earn from it.
Oh, that's one word, I think. Would you say I'm away from, I'm still trying to navigate my way back. I'm in and out of what we have scripted for this show, but the conversation is interesting. And I know that I really want to, because this is, as much I see this as a survival skill, how you see cooking, driving, and
very important.
How it is that these are survival skills if you want to have a life.
Yes, very
it's
important.
Not even like have
in
an
fact,
expensive life.
In this our dispensation, when we were coming, I was telling my brother that you see video editing, you talk about social media before.
Yes.
It's also a survival skill at this moment.
So it's becoming a survival, like how you can maintain visual media visibility.
Definitely.
How to put yourself out there and tell your story is a very skill
important.
to have at the moment.
Very important.
So let's move on so that we'll not waste too much time. And
definitely,
like I said, one of our crises on the show
is time.
So let's talk about the growing Young Entrepreneurs Conference.
Oh yeah.
You also host the growing Young Entrepreneur Conference. Tell us about the vision behind this initiative.
Yeah, so it was 2019 when I first got that vision. I told you about consuming the materials of Dr. Miles Moran and all that. So it was in that process I got the vision. Clearly, growing young entrepreneurs. So I formed the community when I came back to Nigeria. And in that community, like I said in my intro, we have the conferences which we hold every year. We just did the third edition of it last 2 months or so. We have seminars, we have webinars, we have master classes, we have the growing young entrepreneur birthday adashi. Now this is
Please come back again. I didn't hear that.
The growing young entrepreneur birthday adashi.
Birthday adashi.
Yes.
Crazy.
So it's like
structured. Before you jump in, could you tell us that's very catchy.
So it's structured in a way that for everybody in that particular group, for the day that when your birthday comes, you'll be able to cash out a particular amount of money. So it won't just be happy birthday.
But you also receive happy alert,
happy credit alert.
Can I be part of it?
Definitely. Definitely. So that's another division we have in it. We also have this year we also launched the Growing Young Entrepreneur Crypto Savings 5-year saving plan in it too. And a lot more of that. So that's just that for growing young entrepreneur. But aside it too, there is also the fish barbecue business. So like for the recent growing young entrepreneur conference we did, there was free fish barbecue for everybody, which you didn't come, and I'm sure I invited you.
And I'm sure I gave a very good reason why I was not there. Anytime I hear fish, my ears are just up like
So for me, it's not just about teaching the entrepreneurship stuff. I also see it as very key and important to do entrepreneurship. That's like having the fish barbecue business.
So let me what's the word now? I want to put you on the spot. This is not the exact word, but I want to what's the word? I want to choke your hand. I want to choke you inside somewhere now. I'm trying to remember the word exactly to describe this exact act. So we have a community here called the Brothers Keeper community.
Okay.
And this is just a product of it. This show is a product of that community.
Wow.
So and this show we trying to reach out to boys majorly in schools, and then we're looking for ways to push into faith-based organizations, how we can see to reach out to them in boys in their numbers, in their gatherings, and also where we can have boys in their numbers, academies, where they play sports and all. So what do you think from now to the end of the show, just maybe back of your head as the conversation is going, can we see something we can do for our boys, even though it's 150 boys, 100 boys, even if it's just 50 boys? So what can we do for our boys? Just have that thought in the back of your mind, and then we'll come back to that later on at the end of the show. So so let's just go forward because of our time. And okay, we're running out of time, so let me just ask you a follow-up question before we go on a short break, and then we'll come back. There are a lot of us that would want to have a water break, hydration break, right?
Very
as the
important.
Americans call it. So we've talked about the Growing Young Entrepreneurs Conference.
Yeah.
So in this conference, what are the criteria to be part of it? Maybe somebody who has heard maybe the Adashi part, the Benny Adashi part, which was very catchy to me. But what are the criteria to be part of this? Because I know that you in such initiative there's majorly people share knowledge, rub shoulders,
definitely.
iron sharpness iron.
Definitely.
I have a friend who is an ardent follower of Andrew Tate, and he the early parts of knowing him, he was all about. I think he's part of the academy now.
Wow.
So he told me any money he has now is tailored into saving to be part of that academy. Because that academy tends to change your life. You rub shoulders with people and all of that. So you have the network power to go with it. So in this conference, what are the criteria to be part of it? If you have somebody who is out there who wants to be part of this conference to change their life and all, so what would you say you?
Okay, so first off, for me, I see money as I see finance, I see wealth as not everything, but it's almost everything. So it's very key and important when one at his or her young age starts getting a knack to see that he or she creates wealth properly. So that's why it's called Growing Young Entrepreneur. Basically, is for the youngies, for the young people, right? But for anybody of any age can actually still be a part of this community. It doesn't require you anything. It will just take you to join our Telegram group or follow me on my socials to join our community.
That easy.
That's it. Doesn't
so
take
I can get Adashi on my head. That easy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, please don't go nowhere. We'll go on a short musical break. We'll be listening to a song by Tenny, and the title of this song is obviously Money. So don't touch that down. We'll be right back on Prestige 91.7 as we're on the show, the Brothers Keeper Show. We'll be right back.